Hey you guys, it's Ruby back again with your Las Vegas news and updates. This month for April has got to be the most news we have had all year. There's mysterious statues popping up on Strip, dogs pooping in casinos, escalators are still broken, whatever this is. But in all seriousness, so many new things are opening in April. There's a bunch of construction happening. I have F1 news for you guys. Before we jump into it, if you are brand new, please make sure you subscribe. I am putting out the best news and updates for you guys every single month, along with all other kinds of great Vegas content. Right away, let's talk about that mysterious statue that popped up for you guys. This is actually the Transfix art exhibit. This is going to be a part of that. So that is at Resorts World coming April 21st. This is a 4-acre labyrinth. There's going to be 50 different interactive art exhibits, illuminating, fire-breathing, kinetic. It sounds like it's going to be all kinds of mixed media and really cool things like that. And then they also have 10 different bars and speakeasies that were designed by artists. So this sounds really incredible and interactive. Tickets for the opening night are like $69. I've seen them as cheap as $59. So this is definitely worth something checking out. I am absolutely going to go and see this once it's open. The new conservatory is here for spring. Spring has got to be my favorite for the conservatory at Bellagio, and the reason is that it always smells the most incredible. The flowers that they get for spring are always just second to none, and this one was really pretty. It's kind of giving Bridgerton vibes. I really enjoyed it. Aria also erected some really cute little like bubble wand and some bubbles all through their lobby, so some cute places to take pictures for springtime. I wish it felt like spring, but we are having like the worst weather ever in Las Vegas right now. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's talk about some Horseshoe updates. They're still working on the sign. It looks like they've been testing out the LED sign. It's not totally done yet. And I will say the outside of Horseshoe right now is an utter nightmare to walk through. They've started to tear things down out in the bazaar shops in order to put up Ole Red and the Bottle Blonde, so be aware that walking through there can be kind of a nightmare. However, My Asia did just open inside of the Horseshoe. My Asia is from James Beard award-winning Martin Yan. I did not see the menu up, but I did take a look at the outside of this restaurant. It looks really pretty from the outside. This one should be pretty good, so whenever we go and do our stay at the Horseshoe, I absolutely want to go and check this place out. The Rouge Room opened at Red Rock. This is their new high-end swanky lounge. It's really cute inside. It's got this 20s flair. It's very chic. They had piano playing while we were here. They also said they're going to be doing some bands, like jazz bands here. Now they do light bites, but they also do like full food here. We tried the ham and cheese croquettes. They were really delicious. For dessert, they had this really nice passion fruit cheesecake, profiteroles. We really liked the tableside martini. The presentation was really fun, and you could pick like some aromatic essences. The space is amazing, but the outside space is also really incredible, which they are going to have open during the day. There's a cool pool here. They're going to serve cocktails outside. They've even talked of doing potentially a night swim situation. So this is a great addition to Red Rock Casino, and if you are over there, I would definitely check this out and grab yourself a drink. Stanton's Social Prime has just opened. They did have their big grand opening. This is going to be a steak, light bites, tableside sort of restaurant with cocktails. The inside looks really pretty, doing that swanky 1920s theme. That seems to be like the theme in Vegas lately. I feel like every new restaurant opening has got this sort of velour, glam look. It's very nice. So I will have to go and check this one out and let you guys know what it is. Demolition has begun on the Hawaiian Marketplace. They are putting in serious work on this thing, you guys. They are tearing it all out. This is all going to get replaced with more higher end shopping and dining, and it's going to be right next to the Tillman Hotel, which has had no progress as of yet. But great to see them already working on this. And Project 63 is kind of coming along. Project 63 are those shops that is supposed to be open between Aria and the Cosmopolitan. And they were supposed to open in fall, and they didn't. But they've opened the walkway over there now. So now it's not all just completely walled off. You can walk through, but it's still totally empty on the inside. They have not put all the shops and everything in. So no word yet on when this is going to be finished. All right, so if you're here for F1, let's talk about all of the new news. So if you're not aware, F1 is the huge race coming November 16th through the 18th, and the cars are going to be racing down the strip. They have already erected the headquarters, which is sort of going to be like the paddock for the cars. On top of that, Caesars is also demolishing the rotunda. That's that little round building right out front of Caesars. And they're going to be tearing it down to make room for the racetrack. You can see renderings of the racetrack that they've put up, as well as like all these grandstands they're going to erect. No word yet how they're going to manage like pedestrian flow / traffic flow when they erect all of these stands and what this means for the businesses. There's also going to be a phased approach to the repaving because obviously they have to put a specific kind of pavement down here on Strip in order to have these cars race. This is definitely going to clog up some traffic in Vegas. Be aware if you bring a car or if you're Ubering to places that with this constant like paving of the roads, it can definitely lead to a little bit of traffic. Plaza's construction continues. Now, the big carousel bar is obviously the most anticipated, and they have put the flooring in. Now, I think when I originally reported this to you guys, I said this thing was going to rotate. I have now learned that they scrapped the rotating, which makes me very sad because I love a bar that spins around. However, I think they just decided on Fremont that would be for the best. However, that one's coming right along, as well as the Pink Box Donuts. They have that all paved inside. That should be done soon. And they're also working on the smoke-free Brian Christopher Slots area, which looks like it's going to be pretty large, and I'm excited for this addition to Plaza's Casino. And above that is where the Oscars patio is going to be. So they're kind of like halfway point on a lot of this stuff, it looks like, but the outer part is always the part that takes the longest. We'll see when they're finished. I don't have exact dates, but I'm really excited for this. Flanker Kitchen coming to Mandalay Bay did release some renderings. This is going to be that sports bar, like a gigantic sports experience with games, even karaoke. They are planning to open this on June 10th, so good to see some more sports viewing places. The Luxor has closed Rice & Company, which is one of their sushi restaurants. I actually thought it was pretty good and reasonably priced, and put up a bunch of walls that say playground. I scanned a QR code and I got no information on this. I am hoping this is not just going to be an arcade. I'm hoping it's maybe some sort of like interactive restaurant, but it kind of looks like it's going to be an arcade, so possibly more child-friendly stuff, and that's going to be coming to the Luxor. The Strat has announced a $30 million project for upgrades to the hotel. They're going to renovate 500 rooms, which is fabulous. That's probably going to be the majority of their rooms are going to be nicely renovated. We've stayed in one of the renovated rooms, and it was really nice. They're also going to be updating their pool areas and their hallways. Across from the Strat, Atomic Golf is also set to be opening. Now, this looks a lot like a Topgolf situation to me. Really big area where they have a bunch of bays to do golf. There's also going to be like games and other things like that. That's a really cool thing coming to North Strip. North Strip is definitely building up a little bit, so it's nice to see some more entertainment. Now, the city has approved a pedestrian viewing area for the Arches. So the Arches are right outside of the Strat. It's a really cool structure, and you can't really see it unless you're like driving underneath it. So they're going to be building sort of like a little viewing deck. You could take photos and check it out. I think that's great. Now, the new Casino Durango, which is by Stations, that's going to be on Durango, hence the name, has announced that they're going to open a food hall. I feel like the food hall has become the new buffet, unfortunately. Instead of buffets, they're just building these big areas to get a bunch of cheap food, and Durango is going to be one of them. So they are going to have all different kinds of eats in there. Oh, this is really cool. So Vidara has announced that they are going to be having an interior walkway, which is going to connect Vidara, Bellagio, and the Cosmo. What's cool about this is that Park MGM is already attached to the Aria. So technically speaking, you could go from Park MGM all the way to Center Strip at the Bellagio without even going outside, which is awesome. And just having internal walkways that makes things so much faster to get to and from. You avoid a lot of foot traffic and the heat. So they are working on that currently right now, and while they're working on that, the Aria tram is running 24 hours a day right now, which is big news, and it's very convenient if you need to take that. M Resort has made some announcements about their new towers. So M Resort is expanding. They are building an entirely new tower that's going to have 375 rooms. They have also announced there's going to be a convention center and a theater, which I think is great, because when I stayed at M Resort, I was actually surprised that they didn't have a movie theater. That is something that you find in a lot of off-strip hotels, so they are going to be adding one there as well. Chicken Guy is going to come to Caesars Food Court. It seems like Guy Fieri and Gordon Ramsay are just slowly taking over all of the Caesars properties. But Chicken Guy is actually really great. They have one in Disney Springs in Florida, and it's just a like chicken tender restaurant, but they have all these different variety of sauces, and they're good. So that's an exciting thing to be coming to Caesars. The bullet train. This is huge news. So, construction of the $10 billion high-speed train that's connecting Southern California to Las Vegas is finally beginning. This project is not going to be done until 2026, maybe 2027. However, the train is going to depart from San Bernardino. It's going to do a couple stops before it takes you all the way to the Las Vegas Strip. So, this thing is 218-mile train system, and it's planning to go 200 miles an hour. I can't even imagine how amazing this is going to be for all of the traffic coming from California to Vegas and vice versa. I'll be so happy to be able to get to California so quickly on a train without having to worry about traffic or anything like that. So Dina Titus, a representative of Nevada, is trying to raise the tax threshold on hand pays. As you guys know, right now, if you get a $1,200 win on a slot machine or more, you have to pay taxes. You have to fill out a form. That has not been updated in 45 years. The last time they updated this was 1977. For reference, $1,200 in 1977 is the equivalent of $5,957 today. So that's crazy that they're having casinos do so much paperwork on this amount of money. So she is trying to get them to raise it to $5,000. That would be a huge change for Vegas. It would save a lot of people some headaches, including us, when it comes to paying taxes on hand pays. We will see if she can get it through. I think it only makes sense. Luke's Lobster is coming to the park April 13th. Now, this is the second Luke's Lobster. The other one is in the Fashion Show Mall. It's essentially a seafood restaurant. They're going to have that right outside of New York, right where that little like promenade area is. The Mirage smoke-free room has been replaced with a Baccarat room. Now, as we know, Mirage is going to become the Hard Rock at some point, but they are doing a little bit of work on the inside. They have made this a brand new Baccarat lounge. A couple quick Travel Ruby updates. I am going to be on TikTok a little bit more. I'm going to be playing with some more short form content, and I am going to be making content on there that I may not share to YouTube. Now, if you don't have a TikTok, you can just join Instagram or Facebook. I'm going to be posting the reels there as well, but doing some short form stuff and quick doses of a little bit of Travel Ruby if you guys are interested. I also have so many new subscribers that I wanted to really quick just say, if you are looking for a hotel review by me and you're not sure if I've done one, just search into YouTube Travel Ruby and the name of the property. If you don't see it pop up, that means I haven't done that one yet, but don't worry, the list is very long for this year. I'm going to be doing a lot of hotel reviews. I think that is all of the news, you guys, for April. So much happening in Vegas right now. And thank you guys all so much for being here for this update. I will catch you guys all in my next.